Well, it's official. YouTube has just now banned anything related to health that doesn't align with the general medical consensus. So, if any information related to health doesn't agree with the World Health Organization, they won't necessarily always take down the video, but they're going to change the algorithms. So, they're going to replace those videos that were popular, that had lots of likes and lots of engagement, with medical information. This new partnership with YouTube is supposed to protect you against misinformation and promote high quality health information. And their definition of misinformation is anything that opposes their viewpoint. I mean, if you go to drberg.com, you will see that I have 7,607 success stories. I'm helping people. I'm giving people lots of non toxic solutions. And if you just read the comments, you'll see that a lot of people are being helped. So my information is not dangerous. It's not misinformation. It's actually quite helpful. And this new change is going to hurt a lot of people because they're not going to be able to find alternative viewpoints, alternative opinions. Sometimes medicine doesn't work. Looking for inexpensive natural remedies to handle certain body issues. But guess what? Now they're going to have a very difficult time finding those solutions because all these medical sites are going to replace alternative health. I mean, I used to rank for so many conditions. Now you can't even find me unless you type Dr. Berg slash whatever. And even on the keto diet, I have 928 keto videos. That's right, 928 videos. Guess what? When you type keto diet, you can't find me. Instead, the number one ranked video is from Mayo Clinic, okay? And the comments are turned off. And you can see the likes are actually not very high compared to the number of views. I think they have like 260,000 views, but very few likes. And it's an anti keto video. And I'm going to share some interesting things in that video. But I first want to communicate a couple things. A long time ago when Google started, they had this motto, and that was do the right thing. And then they changed it to don't be evil. And now I don't even know what if they have a motto. But you think just giving people this one medical viewpoint, this monopoly over your body, your healthcare, you think that's going to increase the quality of health? I mean, basically, this move is going to wipe out the competition. And competition, competing viewpoints and opinions are very, very good in the healthcare field because it forces everyone to raise the bar and do better at getting results. And how do we trust this medical group with all the strategic alliances and the strategic partners? The strategic alliances with Big Pharma and how they partner with medical universities and medical journals. How do we trust that? Like I said before, their definition of misinformation is basically any information that opposes the medical viewpoint, the medical consensus. How do we make sure they're transparent with all the conflict of interest, the strategic alliances and the strategic partners, and what they call the stakeholders, which some of them are part of industry, and of course, the revolving doors with all the directors. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I think it's going to hurt a lot of people because freedom of health information is really freedom of speech. And it's a very slippery slope. The more you start filtering out other opinions, other viewpoints, so many people go on the internet because they have not gotten results with certain types of medications and they're trying to find alternatives. So if someone wants something that's non toxic, okay, or something that's natural, or a do it yourself remedy, that is all considered dangerous misinformation. Yeah, it's just terrible. But it's not just me, it's all the other alternative healthcare practitioners, anyone who comments on nutrition, even the layperson who wants to share their viewpoint on health, they're not going to rank. And this doesn't just hurt me or them, it hurts the person trying to find the right knowledge. We're going to be pretty much stuck with just one way of treating the body. And they call this science. They call this high quality health information, really? And there's also a really interesting side comment that I read about this, and they call it the silent epidemic. It's called health illiteracy. And some of these people that are writing about this give health illiteracy as the reason why people aren't going to the doctors as much and they're going online searching for alternative viewpoints on health. And this is what they defined health illiteracy. You ready for this? It's an inability to comprehend and use medical information. And they say this, it's worse with the elderly, poor people, and minorities. Sounds a little bit like discrimination to me. So basically, they're saying that it's an epidemic out there. There's so many people who just can't understand medicine, right? And that's probably why they're going to alternative sites, like things like that, and not sticking with incredible high quality healthcare information. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, maybe they don't understand it because the doctor is talking over their head or the information doesn't make sense. Or maybe they do really understand. They just don't agree with this idea of suppressing a symptom with a drug and being on the drug the rest of your life. To me, that's not science. I mean, even if you start looking up like pretty much almost every disease, psoriasis, MS, and if you look at the cause of this, it'll say unknown cause, unknown cause. We don't know what causes it. Well, if you don't know what causes it, what makes you the expert over that condition? But what really frustrates me is having them take over the keywords for the ketogenic diet. Now, why is that a bad thing? Because they don't have any experience in that area. Many times when doctors go to school, they don't get a lot of training in nutrition or anything alternative. And so now they get to be the controllers of that information as well. This next video that I'm going to show you is the video ranked #1 for the ketogenic diet. Check this out.
According to Dr. Google, the most searched question of 2018 was, what is the keto diet?
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, and this was even 4 years ago, keto is very popular. People are searching for it. The bottom line is the more people that get on this diet, the less medication they're going to need because it handles so many issues.
Instead of carbs for energy, the body burns fat, entering a state called ketosis.
Ketosis, what could go wrong? Sounds like a great plan. Sounds a little dangerous to me. That's why I've not tried it.
Dangerous? Really? Here's the problem. The lack of differentiating between therapeutic ketosis, okay, or they call it nutritional ketosis, and ketoacidosis. But mild ketosis or therapeutic ketosis is extremely therapeutic. And I'm going to put some links on a whole bunch of science behind that supports that.
When I think about ketosis, sometimes I get a little nervous. I think, well, gosh, we don't really actually want you in ketosis. But can you tell us about that?
Right. And I think this is something that is the unknown with when people are saying, well, I'm going to put myself on a ketogenic diet and be in ketosis, because really when you think about what ketosis is, it's a alternative pathway that our body has to use in times of emergency.
So right there, you could see that a huge bias. They don't want people to do keto. They think ketosis only occurs in an emergency situation when you are starving or something like that. That is so false. Talk about misinformation on steroids. That is absolutely not true. Did you realize that when your body goes into this mild ketosis, your flight or fight mechanism goes down? It reduces cortisol. You help balance the autonomic nervous system. It's anything but emergency. It's super healthy.
So you're right. It's something that historically has alarmed us in terms of we don't necessarily want people to be in ketosis. It can be very dangerous. Ketone bodies are considered toxic. Your body has two ways of getting rid of them. You either exhale them through your breath or you urinate them out. And so it is a stressful kind of process on your body too, because your body is trying to rid itself of these ketone bodies.
Here's another clip that shows that they just don't have any information about this. They have zero information about the healthy version of ketosis. It's not toxic. It's not dangerous. Ketones are actually a super fuel. Ketones are an antioxidant. And they talk about it being toxic because your body's trying to get rid of it through urine or breath. That's just in the transition step. When you're transitioning over to burning fat, the motor is inefficient. So you're wasting some of these ketones. And then very quickly, your body becomes very efficient where you're utilizing all this ketone energy. In fact, a ketone